Greetings. The purpose of this video is to guide you in updating and maintaining your COMMBUYS Business Account. This video is for users who are assigned the Seller Administrator role. This video will cover several topics: COMMBUYS landing page, Seller Administrator homepage navigation, maintaining general organization information, adding and maintaining addresses, maintaining commodity codes, maintaining terms and categories, and adding and maintaining users. Let's get started. Navigate to www.commbuys.com and click the Sign In button. The homepage displays. The Seller Administrator homepage has the title, Maintenance Homepage for, and the business name at the top, with 4 tabs or tiles in the middle. If the screen you see is different, click on the account icon in the upper right corner of the screen. The user's name displays along with the current role. If the user has both Seller and Seller Administrator roles, click on the down arrow to choose the Seller Administrator role. The My Account option on that drop-down menu allows you to modify basic information in your user profile. This is true no matter which role you have selected. You can also log out here. On the left side of the screen is a navigation ribbon. Notice the icon at the top of the blue ribbon. As you place your mouse over the icon, the word Home appears. Click that. The remaining 4 icons in the blue ribbon are shortcuts that navigate to the pages revealed under each tile on the home page. We'll demonstrate that shortly. The COMMBUYS clock can be found at the bottom right of the screen. It is the system's official date and timestamp that is placed on all transactions. Let's first check out the Maintain Organization Information tile. After clicking the tile, we see 7 more tiles. This video will not cover regions, quote attachment repository, and credit memo list options. The Commonwealth is not currently using them. Click on the Maintain General Organization Information tab to review and possibly update general information. As you navigate through COMMBUYS, you find some fields are marked with an asterisk. Generally, these fields must be filled in. Some fields are editable and some are not. Here, data entered in the fields company name, business description, and vendor email and vendor fax are visible from the public view of COMMBUYS. The description field is not required, but since it is searchable and displays to a wide audience, filling it out is a good idea. Scrolling down the page a bit is a section marked Attachments. A small marketing file may be uploaded, which logged-in buyers can easily view. This file is under 50 megabytes. In COMMBUYS, we find action buttons at the bottom of the page. Save and Continue saves changes. Save and Exit saves changes and returns to the previous screen. Next is the Maintain Addresses tab. This page lists entered addresses which may be updated if needed. It is a good idea to periodically check the address information to ensure accuracy. In our example, just one address is listed. Notice the address also includes an email address. The address type is general. COMMBUYS sends notifications to email addresses. When just a general address type is present, all notifications go to the listed email address. The general mailing address is established during COMMBUYS registration. To edit the general mailing address, click on the blue general hyperlink in the name column on the left. The general mailing address page displays. Edit any of the fields that need updating. Click on the Save and Exit button when complete. After the page refreshes, changes are displayed. To add another address, click on Add Another Address button at the bottom of the page. From the Address Type dropdown, 2 additional address types may be added: Bid Mailing Address and Purchase Order Mailing Address. The bid mailing address with email address or addresses different from the general email address directs bid notifications to the email addresses entered in this form. Note the physical address on the form may or may not be different from the general address. If you want your purchase orders sent to an email address different than your general address, select the purchase order mailing address from the dropdown and enter the relevant information. In either case, the email address established will receive notifications for the designated address type. Be sure to save your changes. Let's click on the green icon in the blue ribbon on the left. We are back at the Maintain Organization Information page. Click the Maintain Commodity EPPs and Services tile. Click on the Maintain Commodity EPPs icon. COMMBUYS uses the United Nations Standard Products and Services Code, or UNSPSC, Commodity Classification System. All vendors must have at least one commodity code associated with the profile. Commodity codes determine which bid notifications you receive. Therefore, selecting codes to cast a wide net is encouraged. As you can see, this vendor has selected several commodity codes. To add more UNSPSC codes, click on the Add Additional Codes button at the bottom of the page. Click into the keyword field to search for relevant codes. Associated commodity codes are displayed below. Simply check the box for each code you want to add, then click either Save or Save and Add More. When the Save button is selected, COMMBUYS returns to displaying the current codes associated with the account. If you want to remove any of the codes, select the applicable code in the left, Deactivate column, and click on the Deactivate Selected Items button. Click the green icon in the navigation ribbon to return to the Maintain Organization Information selection page. Now let's click on the Maintain Terms and Categories tile. You may elect to fill in categories here: DUNS number, environmentally preferable product, prompt pay discount, interest in subprime partnering, or geographical service areas. Note that filling in these fields will not restrict your business in any way, nor will it guarantee selection for contracts, nor do your selections carry over to responses that you may submit towards bid solicitations. However, these fields are represented on the vendor search tool, as is the category Supplier Diversity and Small Business Status. Note that you are not able to self-select diversity certification. The Supplier Diversity Office maintains this area. The last 3 categories, business structure, agreement to terms of use, and business type, were completed at the time of registration. You can edit business structure and business type. However, if your business tax ID changed with your business structure, a new COMMBUYS profile for the new tax ID is required. Click Save and Exit to save any changes made to the form. Now let's return to the home page. Click on the Maintain Users on this account tile. The User Maintenance page displays. The top section of the page is used for searching, a helpful feature if you have many users. The bottom section lists all current users. This example shows one user. Notice the Add User button at the bottom of this screen. It is possible to add a new user with a new user ID by clicking this button. To edit a login profile, click on the blue link in the Login ID column on the left. The User Maintenance page for the selected login ID is displayed. You can edit the personal information and also add or remove roles. Notice the field Status. When a business account has only one user, the status must be active and cannot be changed. However, additional potential statuses for other users include deleted, inactive, locked, and pending. All these statuses act as a flag on the user account that prevents the login ID from being used. Since login IDs cannot be deleted, it may be desirable to reassign a login to a different person rather than creating a new user with a new login ID. This user currently has the role of seller and seller administrator. If a user forgets a password, or if the login ID is reassigned, the Reset Password button sends an email with a temporary password to the user email address. If any modifications are made, be sure to save your changes at the bottom. Let's go back to the home page. Another way to add a new user is to click Add Users on this account tile. The New User Vendor page displays. Fields with an asterisk are required. The login ID entered is used to access the COMMBUYS account. It may be 6 to 100 characters in length, and it is not case sensitive. Since the login ID stays with the account, it may be advisable to assign role-based rather than person-based login IDs. Once the user information is saved, COMMBUYS sends an email to the email address entered here, confirming the login and providing a temporary password to use for the first login. A login question and answer are mandatory, but users can change these choices once they log in. Assign a role to the new user. The seller role has access to posted bid solicitations and can submit quote responses and can see, respond to, and print purchase orders. It is the role that interacts with buyers. As we have seen, the seller administrator role simply manages account information. It is advisable for business accounts with more than one user to assign the seller administrator to at least 2 people to avoid lack of access to the account should the primary seller administrator be unavailable. After assigning a role or roles, click Save and Exit. The last tile on the home page is for adding an associated organization. For companies that have substantially separate business operations that use the same tax ID, this option allows an identified user to assign a new vendor ID to the tax ID. For more information, please see the job aid, add an associated organization, or contact the OSD Help Desk. A link to the job aid and other useful resources are provided in the description box below the YouTube viewing area. Thank you for watching.